Hey everybody, Merry Smissmas! It's December 1st, which means that the Smisssmas 2023 event has officially begun. As of right now, that just means all of the old Smisssmas maps are currently playable. If past years are anything to go by, all of the new content is likely to drop in the next few days here. As of right now though, I'm just glad to be able to play maps like Rumford and yes, even Whatville. Until we find out what the new maps and new content are though, I thought I would drop a few of my Smisssmas wishlist items. First on my wish list is I hope Valve does a big band wave of the bots right before the event starts. I know that last year's Smisssmas event was really difficult to play. I was actually pretty excited for some of the new maps, and I was really disappointed how hard it was to find playable matches because it seemed like all the bots converged just on the Smisssmas maps. So hopefully Valve can get that under control, at least for the event. Next up on my Smisssmas wish list is I would love to see some form of contracts. Hey, they've got the contractor, even if it was as simple as score points on new Smisssmas map X. That would be so fun and scratch that completionist itch I always have during the Scream Fortress event. Next on my list is a Warpaint case with not overly festive skins. In 2017, we got our first Winter Warpaint case, and just look at these. These are all such classic, non-seasonal, specific designs. You could definitely rock these throughout the entire year, and that's why this is one of the most sought-after cases. By contrast, here's the 2020 Warpaint case. 90% of these Warpaints are way too festive. You wouldn't use these for most of the year. They're actively bad, and that's not just my opinion. It's reflected in the Steam community market values for every single paint in this case, other than Frozen Aurora or Starlight Serenity. 10 months out of the year, these just don't fit in with the art style of the game, and the 2 months of the year where it does theoretically fit in, nobody wants them anyway because they're so ugly. If it came down to a choice between no new war paints this event or another case like the 2021, I would definitely choose no war paints. My next wishlist item is to get 1 or 2 really good maps as opposed to say 8 to 10 mediocre maps that you'll probably only play once out of curiosity and then never again. I know that this kind of happened at Halloween and some past events where we almost get an overflow of too many new maps and it doesn't really give you time to fully explore them, and in some cases they're just not really up to snuff. I would much prefer to have something like Payload Pier or Payload Phoenix, which were excellent maps that really stood out from the other maps in their respective events. Pier is actually a great example as well because that one was so good they made it available year-round. They just stuck it in the normal payload rotation. If we got something like that out of this event where a single excellent map was available during the event but then also after the event, that would be absolutely fantastic. While we're pretty much guaranteed to have new unusual effects with this event, I have a couple specific requests. Similar to my Warpaints critique, I would love if some of the effects are not overly Smissmasy, overly festive. Yeah, snowflakes are great, but they kind of feel out of place for the rest of the year. It would be cool to see some unusual effects, which would be not out of place in July, for example. The other thing I would like to see is, when you get 3 unusual effects, which are essentially palette swaps of each other? In the past, we've sometimes seen those palette swaps also have subtle differences in the actual graphics of the effect. Specifically, I'm thinking of the rotating Halloween effects, White Lightning, Ring of Fire, and Vicious Circle. Yeah, they were different colors, but they also had different shapes within them. Even that subtle little amount of variation goes a long way towards uniqueness. My final request is not Smisssmas specific. I would love to see some quality of life changes made to the auto balance system as well as to the vote kick system. Honestly, the 2-minute cooldown system, it just doesn't work. If a bot party has infested a server and you get put into that server later, you're at a huge disadvantage because you have that 2-minute cooldown before you can start kicking anything. It would be great if Valve had a system where, say for example, you've been kicked 10 times from servers in a given day, maybe you don't have the ability to vote anymore. That would put bots at a significant disadvantage and give humans the upper hand in kicking obvious bots. Similarly, if you've made in-game purchases of over $20, or say you bought the orange box, or any other proof that you're human, maybe you submitted workshop submissions, something like that, any little indicator where it would remove that vote cooldown, anything to give us the upper hand in clearing servers of bots, that would make me extremely happy, not just during the event, but also going forward. This time of year is also very special to me as a YouTuber because exactly 3 years ago, I made the decision to make a TF2 channel. And almost 400 videos later, I'm still going at it, and I've made so many friends and had so much fun and learned so much in the process. Really, anybody who's watching this or who subscribed to the channel or said hi when you recognized me in-game, I appreciate all of you. You really are the best Smisssmas present I could have ever gotten. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope the Smisssmas event officially drops really soon and that it's really good. And you know I'll make a video once it does.